XRP is America's top crypto, and it's not just me and the XRP army saying this. We're watching the biggest institutions in the world make the allocation, not just talk about it. Remember, watch what they do, not what they say. They're not just thinking and talking and speculating about maybe doing this. The allocation is being made now. We have another index fund created with XRP at the top of that list. We're also going to be breaking down this new sovereign wealth fund here in the United States, the potential for maybe a Ripple allocation, maybe a little bit of XRP in that sovereign wealth fund. Alongside our strategic reserve, we got to get some exposure to the best digital asset ever created. In this update, we're going to keep it quick, focused on crypto. After we get a couple things out of the way here to start, I appreciate you for stopping by. All of our community resources are available at zachrector.com, and the new Bear Fireplace collection is now live on our shop. I am wearing the shirt here today. And if this doesn't symbolize what the XRP army's been doing, especially through all this chaos, all the dips, all the pullbacks and crashes, 49% crash for XRP, and we're still just cooking our marshmallow by the fire, enjoying the show. Hey, stay tapped in with us. If you guys haven't already, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell. Couple points to get out of the way. The White House is preparing an executive order to eliminate the Department of Education, which would eliminate up to 4,400 federal employees. It's absolute full panic in the swamp in DC right now because everything is on the chopping block. I put out this tweet. As I continue to say, it doesn't matter what program or country you want us to fund. We are broke. The check don't cash without printing more money. Let Trump rip the Band-Aid off, put on your big boy or your big girl or whatever you're into, put on those big boy pants and get back to work. The private sector of America is what's going to be saving this country. It is not going to be public government-funded operations that continue to waste and squander our hard-earned tax-paying dollars, right? This is over. This is done, and President Trump is putting everything on the chopping block. We have around 1,100 EPA employees receiving an email saying that they could lose their jobs immediately. Now, he already shut down U.S. aid yesterday. You saw, representatives, I don't know who they're representing besides the private interests that were involved in all those, charitable donations and work they were doing in U.S. aid, out in full panic in D.C. protesting yesterday. They can protest all they want. It's on the chopping block. We don't have the money. We are broke and bust, and we can continue to kick the can down the road, debasing our dollar and devaluing and destroying the standard of living for everyday Americans. Or we can continue here with Trump's program of cutting and slashing these programs that have been nothing but pure, absolute failures from the top down. It was always supposed to be with the states, and even furthermore, education really should be on a local basis. You have folks across our country. We are such a diverse country, and to think that we need the federal government to be in charge of education is completely flawed, goes against everything that our founders set up here that made this country such a great opportunity, where the education that's being taught in middle America might need to be a little bit different than what's being taught on the coast in a tech city. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, the opportunities are here for everybody to get the best education in the world through free platforms like YouTube, the internet. And the idea that we need these big bureaucracies sitting in DC to decide Common Core math, 2 + 2 doesn't equal 4 anymore, is insanity. And the good news is that the insanity's over. And is there going to be a little temporary pain? Yes, a little tariff trade war. And you're seeing, Trudeau already came to the table, signed a deal. The president of Mexico already came and signed a deal. China's now implemented tariffs against us, and that's what took the markets back down yesterday. But XRP is holding up really well, and we'll get back into the markets here later. But the restoration of our republic and really just setting the capitalists in this country free is what's going to be saving this country and our economy. Stablecoin bill on the way from Senator Hagerty, introducing this today, calling it the genius, guiding and establishing national innovation in the United States, stablecoins. Act and aims to provide clear regulations for stablecoins. Okay, so we have another stablecoin bill, defines stablecoins as digital assets pegged to the US dollar, establishes licensing and reserve requirements. Hopefully Tether can meet those reserve requirements. We know that RLUSD can. If the requirement is to be over collateralized, well, RLUSD already is, so we can check off that box, ready to roll. And it applies the Fed's rules for issuers of greater than 10 billion and state rules for issuers that are under 10 billion. Supports financial inclusion, efficient transactions, and dollar supremacy. Might be a good time. Looks like Ripple's ready to go. Now, speaking of real-world asset tokenization, we have a new announcement today from Ondo. We are excited to announce the launch of Ondo Nexus, a new technology sorry guys, let me slow down here. A new technology initiative designed to unlock instant liquidity for third-party issuers of tokenized treasuries. Leveraging OUSG's instant minting and redemption capabilities, Ondo Nexus enhances the liquidity and utility of tokenized treasuries while building foundational infrastructure for the broader RWA category. Now, this right here is the RWA guy, breaking this down a little bit further. Okay. There are 36 plus tokenized US Treasury products on the market, with Ondo owning about 80% of the market by investor count. Let me remind everybody that Ondo has now just brought their tokenized treasuries, which is the BlackRock Treasury Fund. They have now brought this to the XRP Ledger. That got announced last week. So we finally do have Ondo making it onto the XRP Ledger too. Part of the appeal of tokenized US T-bill solution is its ability to offer investors instant redemption liquidity. This is a 100x improvement on traditional T-bills or money market fund instruments. However, it is impractical for all 36 products to have access to instant redemption liquidity facilities due to their relative lack of size, scale, and blue chip partners. And unlike others who may only have one instant liquidity facility, Ondo has two and counting. Ondo's Nexus essentially transforms the market by becoming the liquidity backbone for the entire tokenized US T-bills market. Everyone will be using Ondo to access the industry's deepest and biggest liquidity pool. Ondo becomes the liquidity layer for the entire tokenized US Treasury space. We'll see how that plays out. Big announcement, and they definitely have control right now. 80% of the tokenized T-bills. To me, it's the most boring product ever, but as David Schwartz was breaking down on XRP Community Day last week, it's the boring products that are going to bring the mass adoption. You get folks in through tokenized treasuries. You get folks in through tokenized US dollar stablecoins, right? This is how you onboard them. And then once they dip their toes in the water, what are they really going to be interested in? Well, let's see what one of the largest institutions here in the US has decided to do. Van Eck subsidiary Market Vector launches the Mega 10 American Crypto Leaders Index. Just launched today. Make indexing great again. Now, we scroll on down here, and what do you see? What do we see right here as far as this components by index weight? XRP at 48.91%. Nearly half of this fund, this index fund, nearly half of it is going to be XRP. Nearly 1/4 of it is going to be Solana, 23%. And then you have Link, AVAX, XLM, SWI, Uniswap, Near, Aptos, and Filecoin. Now, a big miss for HBAR, which I'm in the middle of my HBAR. I'm going to be recording this here today, the HBAR deep dive. That'll be delivered for you guys today. So make sure you guys hit that notification bell so you don't miss that update. A big miss for HBAR, though. I was hoping to see HBAR included in this, not included. But I'll be talking about this because HBAR does have one ETF that's been filed. I think that's going to be a big part for HBAR reaching a new all-time high. Stay tuned for that deep dive. But back to this point here that we're making here today, this reiterating the prediction from JP Morgan that the XRP ETF is definitely going to be seeing more inflows than the Solana ETF. If you want a little precursor, a little insight, you want to look into the future, look no further than what Van Eck subsidiary Market Vector did today with this Mega 10 Crypto Leaders Index Fund, with nearly half of the allocation going towards XRP. That's proving the point from JP Morgan's prediction, 4 to 8 billion of inflows for the XRP ETF versus only like 3 to 6 for the Solana ETF is what they predicted. Well, Van Eck, not just talking about it, actually doing it, right? Watch what they do, not what they say. That's a nearly 50% allocation to this fund going towards XRP. So like I said, it's not just me and the XRP army saying the XRP is the top American crypto. You got the institutions that are showing you. Now, I want to lead in here with this, into this conversation about the U.S. Sovereign Wealth Fund. This is incredible. Now, I want to be careful though, because we do borderline on getting into some sort of socialist communist government where basically you do have public ownership of companies. That's not America. Full stop, period. That's not America. That's not how we work. But what I'm interested to see, is the concept of this sovereign wealth fund and the potential for, companies, could end up giving up some ownership in collaboration with the U.S. government. And what they would be able to get in return is maybe capital, investment dollars, and they'd be able to get further exposure and collaboration by, for example, a Ripple, right, giving up some of their stock to be part of the sovereign wealth fund, or creating some offshoot of their stablecoin business, creating a new company that would become part of the sovereign wealth fund. Something right there where you have a collaboration and merely just a pure ownership role in an American company like a Ripple or something like that. I don't want to see this go further than that because, like I said, then we're bordering on socialism, communist, government control of private entity. We don't want that. We don't want that. What makes America so great and what makes this such a great opportunity is that we allow the private sector to flourish. We get out of the way. We cut taxes. We cut regulations. We let entrepreneurs and investment capital pour in, build, and grow. This is what we want to see more of. And I hope that the Sovereign Wealth Fund will encourage that. Now, it's going to be interesting to see how it's used. And the idea here of the strategic stockpiles too, XRP definitely in the conversation too. I know that some folks think that that's crazy, but it is there. The meetings are happening. They're 2.5 hour long meetings sitting at the table there with President Trump. They are happening. And so is XRP going to be included in some sort of strategic stockpile? It's the best option in my opinion. Is Ripple a company that could help out that sovereign wealth fund get a start too? Have two separate funds, maybe XRP in the strategic stockpile and some XRP in the sovereign wealth fund. I think that you got to place in both. At the end of the day, though, what I like to see is that America's back to work. We're back to focusing on investments and basically monetizing our balance sheet. And you got to start with the cuts too. It's just like any household. When we do our budget, when we sit down at the table, yes, we got to go through our budget and we might have to make some cuts. Then we slide on over, focus on income. How are we bringing it in? Trump's going to be doing the tariff deal to keep on bringing it in while he looks at absolutely dissolving and cutting the IRS, eliminating income, payroll, estate, and gift taxes. Okay. And then furthermore, the idea of, monetizing our assets. This is something that hasn't been done. And we have plenty of great assets and resources here in the United States of America that we need to monetize. And what I'd like to see is it in partnership with private companies. Hey, we got great resources. Let's allow private industry to come in collaboration with our government. And let's allow us to really just open up America again, right? Let this country thrive again. Make America wealthy again. That's where I think this is going. And I don't think that there's a better asset to be included in a digital asset strategic stockpile or in the sovereign wealth fund than XRP. Update on the XRP technical analysis from Dom TraderView 2. In my opinion, 2017 is now irrelevant. I see many trying to pinpoint comparison to 2017. Still, I think it's a waste of time. The fractal has broken. We are in a new era and game now. Sometimes the rear view helps, but not anymore in my opinion. Let's take a look here at the chart. So here's where we were at following the 2017 fractal. And instead of continuing higher, that fractal did break. Now, does this mean that the XRP bull run is over? Absolutely not. It just means this time's different. And what's interesting is if we followed the 2017 fractal, we were talking about some stupid prices for XRP. I mean, just ridiculous. I mean, $100 is where if you went on a logarithmic chart and you slapped on that 2017 fractal, it took us to $100 this bull run, which I never said that that's what I expected. What I was looking at was half of the 2017 fractal took us up to about $23, $24. And that's where I think we're going to end up. I think, I'm still hanging my hat on a $15 to $20 XRP, but if we just do half of the 2017 fractal, we were at a $23, $24 XRP. So I never really was hanging my hat that we were going to follow the 2017 fractal completely, but for about 14 weeks, or what was it, 11, 12 weeks, we were following it perfectly. We have broken out of it. But it doesn't mean that the bull run is over, and it doesn't mean that we're not still going to a $20 XRP. Just like you're seeing on these index funds, the exposure from institutions is going to be massive. And with the ETFs, you've now seen 11 XRP ETFs being submitted. I think 5 or 6 of them have been spot XRP ETFs. This is what's going to take XRP and going to bring in buyers of XRP at $10, $15, and $20 is people that are getting exposure through the ETFs and are happy as can be to buy a $5, $10, $15 XRP. Now, real quick look on the charts at where we're at right now. Yes, we have broken down. It took the largest liquidation event in the history of crypto to break us down below $2 XRP. You see how quickly we recovered? And what's interesting is right now we're building some structure. We're consolidating at this level right above $2.50, which we've never really done. You see these moves right here up to $2.90, and then we came all the way back down 3 times to $2, right? But really, we traded in a range here from basically about, $2.40 to about $2.15, $2.10, right? Right above $2. But this territory between $2.50 and $3 is really no man's land. And we were starting to consolidate above $3. But between $2.50 and $3, there's really not much structure there. We're starting to build that out right now, and this is very, very healthy. In my opinion, XRP is on its way to $4 this month. And like I said, for the rest of this bull run, I still have targets well into double digits. Please prepare yourself accordingly. Watch what they do, not what they say. Don't take my word for it. The XRP is the top American crypto. Go look at what these institutions are doing with 50% of their top 10 American crypto fund going to XRP. That speaks volumes. Now, if you guys appreciate what we're doing, make sure you guys like this video. Help me out by sharing it out far and wide. At 11:30 Pacific, 2:30 Eastern here in just about an hour, we're going to be watching the Crypto Czar update from David Sachs. Unfortunately, I will be out of the office, so I won't be able to cover that live, but I will be coming back later today for the H-Bar Deep Dive, and I will be coming back live tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. We're back on our regular schedule, Tuesday, Thursday live shows, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. Hope to see you there. God bless you all. Can we smack it on the way out for me? ZachRector.com. God bless. I am your host, Zach Rector. I really appreciate all of the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just remember that you can start by smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing this content far and wide, and everything else is at my website.